Okay, so just a quick one today. Talk about the area of a triangle, but this is the area of any triangle. It doesn't have to be right angled, and you don't need to know the height of the triangle or anything. Yeah, you use some trigonometry. You just use sine. Some people insist on calling it sin, which is just really annoying, but it's really sine. And you use that then to find out this area. And the area of any triangle is done with this formula, which is area equals half AB times by sine of C. Okay, so half AB. AB are both sides, because remember the labelling of our triangles here, we do the angles in capital letters, and then the side opposite has the same letter, but in lowercase. So A and B are both sides. So look, we end up with a kind of V shape of two sides, that's A and B. And C, sine of C, that's the angle between them, just down there. So it's kind of like the cosine rule in a way, that you have this sort of V shape of two sides, and the angle between them. And in using this formula, you actually find the area of the triangle. So you know all that space inside that two-dimensional shape. Yeah. Okay, let's try a couple of examples, and then you can do a few questions. Nice and quick one, this one today, really. Let's go. So first of all, make sure you've got the V shape of two sides. That's your A and B, so 4.5 and 3.5 on this one. And then C is the angle between them, which is 35. And let's just plug the numbers into the formula. So area equals half times by A times B. Now, it doesn't matter which way round these go, because as we all know, multiplying is commutative. Doesn't matter which order you do them in, just as long as you have both those sides. That does say 35, honest. And then put the numbers in your calculator. So that's half times by 4.5 times by 3.5 times by sine of 35 is 4.1691, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's just round that to something convenient, say one decimal place, 4.5, and put the units in, which is centimeters squared in this case. Yep, there's always going to be something squared for area. In this case, it's centimeters. All right, see, nice, easy peasy, this one. Right, here's another triangle. Let's make sure we've got the V shape. So 5.5 and 3.5, and there we go. The angle between them is 55. It must be the angle between them, not any of the others. You want that V and that angle. Nice, easy formula to remember this one, I think, as well. It's just half AB times sine of C. So half times by one of the sides. I'm going to go for 3.5 first. Remember, it doesn't matter which order the sides go in. So 3.5 times 5.5 times by sine of the angle between them, which is 55. Oh, so many fives. Okay, let's type it in again. So half times by 3.5 times 5.5 this time, times by, oh, I've nearly put 55. Don't forget sine of 55 and shut that bracket on that calculator. As Larry Grayson used to say, shut that bracket. And we have an answer of 7.88. If you don't know who Larry Grayson was, look him up. In his famous catchphrase, shut that bracket. Okay, I'm going to do one decimal place again. So 7.9 centimeters squared. Okay. Straightforward, huh? The hard bit, I suppose, is just remembering the formula. Then just know that you've got A and B is two sides and C is the angle between them. Right, your turn. Here are 4 questions. One of them has a slightly tricky element, but it's not really hard for people such as you, because you're amazing. Do all 4 of those. Oh, no, sorry, pause the video, do all 4, and then unpause when you're done. Okay, we have unpaused. So let's go. Right, area equals, remember, it's half AB sine of C. So half times by 7.2 times by 7.3. Remember, they can go in any order. It doesn't matter which way round they go. Times by sine of 15. Please excuse my terrible writing. I blame my daughter, who's been borrowing my little digipad here that I do the writing on, and it's probably ruined it. That's probably what kids do. Okay, so we've got, oh, and it says 2dp at the top here, doesn't it? So I must remember that. 6.80176, etc., etc., etc. So to 2 decimal places, 6.80 centimeters squared. Okay, remember, interesting little rounding thing there. If it says 2dp, it must have 2dp, even if the last one is a 0. Right? To show that it's been rounded to that level. Right, this one down here. Area equals half AB sine C. So times by 10 times by 9. Again, you might have put them in the other order, but it doesn't matter. And then sine of the angle between them, 125. Jaunty little angle, that one, isn't it? 0.5 times by 10. See, when I repeat this, what I'm actually doing is typing it in my calculator. And we get the answer of 36.86184, etc., etc., etc. 2 decimal places, 36.86 centimeters squared. That looks awful, doesn't it? 36.86. Over here, area equals, again, you've got this now, really, haven't you? You know that this is all going to work. Half times by 12 times by 9. Hey, and guess what? You don't have to put those in that order. They could be the other way round. 9 times 12, maybe. But you knew that because you're clever. 0.5 times by 12 times by 9 times by sine of 65. So we got 48.9406, etc., etc. And to 2dp, that's 48.94. None of these have needed to round up yet, have they? And again, centimeters, so the answer is in centimeters squared. It's area. And then last one, and then I'll leave you alone and you can go about whatever you're going to do for the day today. I intend eating my body weight in mince pies. Oh, but hang on a second. Let's have a look at this one. We've got half times by 8.8 times by 6.6. Of course, that could be in the other order. Then I need sine of the angle between them. Well, if there's one side, isn't it? Let's try and draw one there. Ooh, there's my, say, A. There's my B. I need the angle between them, which I don't have. So I need to work it out. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we do 180, take away the 60, take away the 100, we are left with, unless my maths is terribly wrong, 20 degrees. That angle is 20. It must be the angle between them, okay? Don't just use any old angle, which is that old classic song, isn't it? Any old angle, any old angle, any old angle. It's a classic of the East End pub scene, that one. Played on an old Joanna, which is a type, it's a piano, not just someone called Joanna. Then we have 9.93. Do you know, I've made myself chuckle there. Oh, so funny. Right, and round it to 2 decimal places, 9.93. None of those needed to round up. They all stayed where they were. Okay, right, I hope you did all right with that. Just remember the formula, half AB sine C, where A and B is just like 2 lines that, making a V, and C is the angle between them. Right, awesome, well done. Go and eat some mince pie. Farewell.